What is up? What is up? What is going on? Whoa. Okay. Cool intro. Nice. Uh oh gosh. I'm watching my own YouTube video. Okay. Live stream is working. Okay. Oh, it's on Discord too. What is up, everybody? How's it going? Make sure my microphone is adjusted. We're live. How's it going? Okay, the chats are coming in. Awesome. Ted, what is up? Homesteading. Barndo, what's up? What's going on? We got a couple people here. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. This episode, this live training, we're gonna take it slow. We're gonna not to say this is gonna be slow or boring, but we're going to really go back to the basics. We've a lot of feedback that you guys have asked for inside the $1,000,000 Edit is Jordan needs some more hands-on training. Show me exactly how to use Adobe. Show me how to use Premiere. What are the tiny little shortcuts that are kind of too hard to like teach or put into a slideshow? So that's what we're gonna do. Welcome everybody. Okay, we got a couple people in here. Chat's working. Raphael, Barndo, Effective Media. What's up? How's it going? Cool. All right, so I'm gonna share Premiere, and what we're gonna do today is just like this is kind of secretly how I'm gonna get some work done, and also teach you guys at the same time. So I recorded a couple ads earlier this week on my iPhone, and I'm just going to walk you through like how I start a project, how I edit a project, and how I finish a project. So this might be an hour, hour and a half. So the people watching, you can watch as long as you want, ask questions. I'll answer questions anytime throughout this show. To the future people watching, you can scrub around, find whatever lesson that you like. I might even chop this up, like this live stream itself into like little highlight clips. So like if you just want to know how to resize a clip from, I don't know, rectangle 16 by 9 into a 1 by 1, I might, you can watch just that video. Okay, let me figure out here on OBS how to get Adobe shared on here so that it's visible to you guys so that you guys can see. Everybody can see here. You can see me. Audio's good. Chat is good. Give me a thumbs up or give me a hell yes in the chat, you guys, if that works, if this is working. Cool. Okay, let me get Discord over here out of the way. YouTube is still working. Let me double check. Okay, cool. YouTube's working. I've got my second screen up here, by the way, if you guys don't know. I've got my second screen up here. Discord chats, make sure. Okay, they're coming in. Cool. And okay, so I've got a wide screen here on my computer. So let me either share my screen or might do something like this. I think because I did this for $1,000,000 Edit itself. All right, let me make sure I got the OBS size just right so you guys can see just about everything. I have to like scrunch it down just so that it fits in there. How's everybody doing today? Be sure throughout the show, like I said, drop your editing questions. If you're in the middle of an editing project yourself right now and you need to know something, or you were working on a project earlier this week and you ran into some trouble, drop your questions anytime throughout this. Happy to answer those questions for you guys. And let me add a little background music for you guys all right. And almost got there we go. Okay. Pretty solid. Think enough real estate for you guys to see. I'll kind of scoot everything over so it's a little bit bigger. And we're going to start from scratch. So I'm kind of showing you this. Make sure my little head is out of the way for you guys. There we go. Okay. All right. Very cool. Okay, so here we go. All right, so I recorded some ads earlier this week. So first, we're going to just import them. How about that? So if you've gone through the lessons so far, you'll see it kind of like I use this type of folder structure over here on the left side pretty regularly. Assets, the master folder is assets, and the other master folder is something called sequences. Inside of assets, I've got an audio folder, a footage folder, graphics. Audio is anything that's music, sound effects. Footage is anything that is B-roll, stock footage, or your own footage or interviews. And then graphics are anything like pictures, animations, and maybe like vector files. Sequences. Sequences is where that's where all our sequences go. Duh. and then um and then I kind of separate it into cuts. Sometimes if you're working with multiple say you're doing like a multicam interview with two camera angles, you might want to sync that footage. So I will create a sync folder where it'll just be a timeline where I just sync footage together. That's it. I'm doing a lot with my hands, but I realize I got about this much room in my hands. So maybe I'll switch over here. There we go. Nice. Okay, so recorded some ads. Let's import that. So what I will usually do is, depending on where the footage is, I'll just open up my folder and let's go find the footage where it is. And as you can see, it's the same thing, and I'll maximize this. So it's kind of the same size, or not the same size. It's the same structure on the hard drive as it is inside Adobe Premiere. So that way, and you can rename folders, you can rename footage inside of Premiere itself. And I say like, be careful with that because you might get confused. So it's always good to like make things mirror, make things match. So I'll go to assets, and then I will go to footage, and I think I did this in $1 Million Edit Ads. I did this in August 2022. So what I can do is I can click on this. So since this is just my, regular files folder, I can just click it and drag it over here, or I can take the whole folder itself and drag it over here. Or if I'm inside of Premiere, I click Control I, or I go to like File Import over here. Again, I'm gonna be super slow and super basic with you guys. I can go to File Import. So a lot of different ways. It's almost just like Photoshop, where there's like a lot of different ways to do the same thing, to do the same action. So what I usually do is I just have my file folder over here, and I'll swipe it. I'll minimize it when I'm done, bring it back up, and I'll just drag it over to footage. So if it only has one file in the folder, it will just bring in the file. So in that case, I got to go back up to here, and I'll click Control B, or you'll hit the folder button, create a new bin, and I'll say August 2022. So, and then I'll drag that file right there. So now it's there, and we're good to go. So what I can do, let me close all these. And if you want to close all your sequences at once, you just right click on your sequences here, and you go down and say close other panels and gaps, and then you're done. And it'll delete everything except the panel itself. So I need to create a new sequence. My mic is blowing up a little bit. There we go. So I need to create a new sequence. So this is going to be an ad. So I'm going to go to my ads folder. Here are my sequences over here. I'm going to make this a 1x1 ad. So it's going to go in the 1x1, or what I could do is it can go in the since this is like with ads, you tend to do them in batches. So I'll do a June batch of ads or an August batch of ads. So I might just say, okay, I'm gonna create a new folder just called August ads 2022. Let me make sure so I can see the questions coming in, you guys. Okay. Resolution is a bit low. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. Let me make sure that the res is as high as possible. Oh yeah. Oh my god, there it is. 480p. Good call, Ted. Thank you. 480p. How dare them? How restream? What's going on? Okay. Let me know if that's better. But yeah, I got it kind of small over here, so kind of working like grandpa mode, where it's like everything is jumbo size. Okay, so I've got this new August ads 2022 folder ready to go. Check. All right, so now I'm going to hit Control N for new sequence, or you can go to File, New, and then go to Sequence right here. And I couldn't find it because I don't normally do this. So you can do new sequence here, and then this is going to pop up, and this is going to say like, what do you want to name your sequence? So we're going to call it August. Call it August ads underscore 2022 cut 1. I do all caps because it's just easier and quicker to read. All right, now we're going to go over here to settings. And depending on the footage that you bring in, it might change your sequence settings. But we want to do just like usually custom. I think what I recorded was in like 29.987 frames per second or 30 frames per second. If you are shooting on the iPhone, you can do 4K 60, you can do 4K 30, you can do 1080p HD 30 frames or 24 frames or 60 frames. The more frames tends to be for like slow motion stuff. If you're just doing normal stuff here, let me switch back. If you're just doing normal footage like this, hi, I'm talking, you don't need to do 60 frames per second. It's just more data, or even something like this, you don't even necessarily need to do 4K. 4K is, I don't shoot in 4K, I shoot in HD. I think in my entire career as a filmmaker, cinematographer, editor, I have filmed in 4K like 2% of my career. So you don't really need it. You can get by with HD. Um, Saves you on data, saves you on hard drives. As an editor, that's less footage. It's easier footage to work with. It's easier on your computer to work with HD 1080p footage. So just go HD 1080. Okay, so since I'm going to do a square, this is going to be a square ad. This is going to be a square sequence. I want to go over here to my frame size. Let me switch back. Let me see. Okay, what's Ted saying? Resolution is 720, but it seems lower than. Still can't read the words. Okay, yeah, it's really small, and maybe that just means I need to like go over here to OBS and just like zoom everything in, even though it might be kind of wonky. Why don't we do that? All right, display capture. We're gonna zoom everything in. There we go. Wow. Okay. Okay, now we're talking. Okay. Thank you, Ted. Okay, so when you're in here in the sequence, 30 frames, you can choose what frame rate you want, but depending on the footage you bring in, it might change the sequence settings. If you're shooting in multiple different formats, if you're shooting in 60 and 30 and you have someone shot in 24 frames and you're just getting all this footage together that you didn't really shoot or you didn't really have any control creatively over what was going on, sometimes you just need to decide as the editor what you want this piece to be. So I tend to do 23.98 for like if I'm shooting on a DSLR like this camera here. But if I'm on iPhone or like a digital camera, that's usually 30 frames roughly. Or if you're shooting, or if you did like capture card on your, on your computer, that's usually like 30 frames, 60 frames, not usually 23 frames per second. So let's do 30 frames. It might change. And then, like I said, I'm going to do 1080 by 1080. It'll tell you the ratio here, 1:1, and want square pixels so that nothing is like stretched out. Maybe it'd be like if you're shooting an anamorphic lens or ultra wide cinema screen lenses or whatever. Sometimes you want that, but 99% of the time for you, for your purposes, square pixel. And everything else should be. You don't really need to touch anything else. Again, check the name. And I don't really check anything else. This is saying like how many tracks do you want to start with when you start your sequence, but everything else you're pretty much good. Hit OK. I do autosave. Oh, let me show you this. I'll show you real quick. Like I need to grab my list real quick of all the stuff that all the stuff that we were going to talk about for this video. I made a whole list of everything that I need to make sure that we cover. All right. Live show. Here we go. All right. I'm going to keep this over here to the side just as a reminder. Hey, Jordan, don't forget to cover this. Okay. So let's go to settings, just like entire settings for your, for Premiere, just like Premiere settings. So you're going to go over here to File, and you're going to go over here to, you can do project settings. You can do edit over here and go down to preferences and then general. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Premiere. Okay, so when we're in preferences here, and this may not apply to your editing software, so kind of take this with a grain of salt. But if you're on Premiere, you can follow along. For some of this, you may have to choose like where the audio is coming out of. If you have a speaker system, if you have I've got a digital interface here. If you got speakers, headphones, regular audio, you kind of have to choose that. Autosave, I do autosave every 3 minutes. It's a little annoying, but it's an autosave. So, like if you're working fast, a lot can happen in 3 minutes. I used to do 5 minutes, but a lot can happen in 5 minutes. So if Adobe crashes, that could be game over. That could be just that could be the end of your day motivationally. You're just like, you're like, dude, I don't, ugh. You're like, I don't like whatever. If it crashes on me again, I'm over. I'm out. So I do save every 3 minutes. You can say how many versions you want. Auto save here. I think that's it. Okay, so and then the other things I will check out are making sure your media cache is regularly deleted. This will slow down your performance. I've had big projects that open up. There's 800 gigabytes of footage, and Adobe, what it does is like it will. I'm not going to even say what I think it does. After a while, it's almost like clearing your cookies on your internet browser. After a while, it takes all these little snapshots of and like safe auto saves, all these low res versions of everything. After a while, those cookies will kind of pile up, so you have to eventually clear them out. So if you notice that if your Adobe Premiere is running slow, go over here to Media Cache and consider deleting this stuff. You just hit delete right there. Memory here. Okay, so if you're I try to run only Premiere on my computer. My computer can handle running After Effects and Premiere and Photoshop all at the same time. But if you want the best performance out of your computer, just stick to one program at a time. So if you are animating in After Effects and you're done, or if you're animating, or even if you're on like Descript or something, and you're done with that, close that, then switch over to Premiere and vice versa, all that stuff. Optimize for performance. Some people can do optimize for memory. So if you're trying to like save your RAM, this is where RAM comes in. So if you have more RAM, that means you can dedicate more quick memory to your computer to your project. So if you have less RAM, you might run into some performance issues. It might push back on you a little bit. And I just dedicate as much RAM as possible to Premiere when it's running. And other things that like help that will mess up your RAM is like if you have Chrome or Safari in the background, those actually use up your RAM. So if you find that like your RAM is messing up, or like you're saying that you're getting like memory running out of memory issues on your Premiere, it might be because you got too many other programs. So close all the other programs if possible, and just work with your editing software. It's going to run way faster. Okay, let me look around, see if there's anything else. I don't think there's anything else in the Premiere settings here. Like I said, we're going to take this slow. So if you got questions coming in, let me know. Okay, we got Crystal coming in. Hey, what's up, Crystal? How do you keep mobile footage organized on your device? And then Ted says, I move it to my computer. Yeah, if it's on your phone, I like try to get let's talk mobile footage. Working with iPhone footage, it's a pain in the ass. It's weird. I'm on a PC, so like iPhone does not play games with PC, or like I wish there was just like plug it in and drag the files over it. You can do that to some degree. I will, if the video file is small enough, I will email to myself, or I'll like upload it to Notion, or I'll upload it to Slack and download it. It sounds so weird. It's like there's a lot of workarounds. But yeah, you can just do it like old school, where you used to plug in USB your phone to your PC and just let that work. If you have a MacBook, or you're like on the iMac system, Apple system with your phone, you can do airdrop all your footage to your laptop, MacBook, iMac, whatever it may be, and save the footage there. And then I usually delete the footage off my phone. Just to, I'm just that kind of person. I want to keep the footage off my phone. Want 10-minute videos on my phone. It's it's great to shoot on your iPhone. I recommend a lot of times shooting on your iPhone. iPhones are perfectly good now. But yeah, I try to like get it off my phone as fast as possible and put it onto my hard drive so that it's saved elsewhere. Where else? I mean, you can also do The other way to do it to get your footage from your phone to your computer is I think you go into your iPhone photos, you click on the video and you say share and you say give me the Apple Cloud link or the iCloud link. You copy that link, you put that link up on, you paste it into your browser, paste it into Chrome, and it'll take you to that footage in the cloud. Download it from the cloud, the iCloud, and that will be another way to get footage. Airdropping will keep higher quality. Yes, 100%. Trying to think of what else. Great question. That's a great question. Make sure I'm not missing any questions, guys. Yeah, keep the questions coming. I'll stop. We'll go super slow with this. Any kind of questions that you guys have, here to answer them. Yeah, we're not gonna do this like wait to the very end. Like if you got a question, we'll pause and answer them real quick. Let me see any other questions. And I'm drinking out of my restaurant container. So yes. All right. What else? What else? What else? All right, switching back. All right, we're going to Premiere. Here we are. Okay. Let's see what else. All right, so now we're here. So now I think we can size everything back down to what it was. I think. How big were we? How big is too big? A little bit smaller. Yeah, kind of there. Okay, kind of there. I'll try to keep everything as like big size, big jumbo size for the sake of this video, so that's not like magnification on everything. And then I'll get my private chat over here. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to get the restream chat going. That's what I need to do. That way I can see the chat while having the restream chat minimized. Okay. Testing, testing. Does chat work? All right, cool. That chat went through. Awesome. All right, so now I'll be able to see everybody's chats. Sweet. Okay. So we had, all right, so we've set our sequence size to 180 by 180 and some quick tricks to make sure if you ever get lost in all your footage, don't know where you are, don't know where anything is over here on the side on the left. Let me turn my little screen off. That turn the audio off too? Oh, it does. Okay. Okay. And let me lock that off. Let me move my little bubble over here. Bam. Okay. So if you're over here, you can right click over this, the title of your sequence, and go down to reveal sequence in project. It's about 80% of the way down, and it will find your sequence here. So if you ever get lost and you're like, I don't know where this is, but I know I'm working on it right now, but I have no idea where it is over here. Right click over here on the title of the sequence and go down to reveal sequence in project. I use reveal all the freaking time. So if I'm looking for an image, or let's say, I'll grab let's just grab some stock footage in here randomly, blop. Oh, okay. So see, I just dropped in some footage that does not match the sequence, but I think it was like 16 by 9 footage. This is HD footage trying to come into a square sequence, and I say keep existing sequence settings. Don't touch my sequence. And actually, you know what I did? I don't even think it changed the sequence. Weird. All right, so now we're in square. We're in square mode. Okay, so you go over here. This footage is piece of stock footage, whatever. If I'm working with this video clip and I'm like, where is this video clip in my huge library of footage over here? I have no idea where any of this is. I don't even know the name of this. I renamed it something. Right, same thing with right clicking on the title of the sequence. You could right click on the clip itself and go to reveal in project, and it will show you, boom, here it is, sir, right here. There's the clip that you are looking at that you're referring to. Now, if I want to find this and say, okay, I know that in this folder where this file is located, there are other shots that I like, or there's other shots that I need. Same thing. right click, and instead of reveal in project, reveal in Explorer. Now, if you're on Mac, it would say reveal in Finder. So you hit reveal in Explorer, and it will pop open the file, the folder where all the footage is. So now you know where your footage is. So if you're editing an interview and you need to find the source file or the source folder, you just right click and say reveal in Explorer or reveal in Finder, and it'll take you right there, and you can grab some more footage if you want. Whatever you want to do. Cool. Okay. So let's go and grab our main footage. So this is what we do. So I did 2 ads in here. I did 2 separate ads. I think the script was called Soul Crushing. Let me find the script. What I'll do is I'll write the script, I will record it on my iPhone, and then I'll do what we talked about. I'll do the transfer to the computer. So let me find the script real quick. And this will happen a lot of times when you're working with a client. Okay, here we go. Here's our August ads. August ads, here's a script. A lot of times, if you're working with a client, they will give you a script. They will give you the talking points to what the person was saying. They will hand you the script to whatever it may be, the commercial itself. Um, that is helpful to have. Sometimes I print it off. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't use the script at all because it's just like, look, the footage is right in front of me. I know I don't need to read the script and then that's going to give me some cues to edit. It's just like it's logical what's going to happen next. But sometimes you need like the script. If it's a voiceover or they had a lot of takes, you got to make sure like, okay, the script is lining up. But this is the script. So one is about what's the most time consuming, soul crushing part of making content? Let's say together, editing. And then another one is like, are you a video creator or a small business owner? Did you find yourself scrambling around? So I have 2 different ads. So we're gonna do the scrambling around one. Um, let's see. Ted says the resolution needs to zoom a little bit to be able to read the text. Text isn't important. I'll show you just the techniques here. Promise. All right, so let's grab. We can just grab the entire folder here, or the see. It's going to say, are you wanted this? And I can say always ask, or to say never ask. I'm saying no. Do not ask about this. Okay. All right. So this is some iPhone footage. So it is vertical. So it's vertical inside a square. So I'm going to try to zoom this in for you guys. See, make sure you can see it. All right. So it's vertical footage inside. Oh, and a little quick tip. You hit motion, and you're able to drag your image around. All you gotta do is hit that motion right there, and you can drag it, scale it. And so, since this is vertical inside of 1x1, we need to obviously scale it in. And a tip I gave to a student earlier this week was if you are shooting vertical video and you're going to change it up a lot on ads, or you're going to change it up on Instagram or stories, or it's going to be in a 1x1 or it might be in a landscape, depends. Always shoot with some headroom above yourself and some headroom below yourself. So, and kind of put your head like 2/3 of the way there. That way, when you do crop in, like we are about to do right now, and you hit the edge of the screen, that I've got some headroom now. So now my head is nice in the middle, and it makes perfect sense. Cool? Cool. Okay. So we've got that. If you want to make sure that it hits the sides, you just hold control while you're around it. So we're going to do a 1x1, but we're eventually going to put some title bars up above this. I'll show you an example of some title bars. Let me find another ad that I did. This is a vertical one. I've done a lot of verticals in the past. Yeah, so this is like the title bars up here, and this footage was vertical iPhone, but I cropped it. So I'm going to show you how to do all that. I'm going to show you how to set this up to do like legit Facebook ads. Okay, so we're going to scale this up, and we're going to crop it till we get to somewhat of the, so that there's no black, you don't want the black bars on the side a little bit. And if you want to get super fine tuned, you hit the slider up here where it says position. You can slide it a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. And oh yeah, Ted, I'll show you. All right, yeah, the adjustment layers that are hanging over the rest of the footage. Yeah, I'll show you that here in a second. Yeah, they're kind of text. They are text graphic layers, not adjustment layers. But yeah, but basically the same thing. Okay, so we got a decent enough crop, and we might even depends on how this footage is going to play out and how we're going to crop it. That this might need to be a vertical only. You know, it might be a little too tight. So if I go and I can go over here real quick, and I don't want to be too quick with this little trick. But I'm gonna grab just some random bars up here. I'm gonna like slice them real quick. This is a do as I say, don't do as I do moment right here. I'm just gonna as a quick audition, just like could this work? I'm gonna grab just a chunk over here, hold drag, and now I've got this is called pancake editing, or where you have like two sequences up, and now I've got those little bars up. So this might not work. So this might be a little too tight for a 1x1. So we might have to readjust. We might have to do a 1350 by 1080 just to get a little bit longer size. But I've got the text editor over here, so I can kind of like move some shapes around a little bit. I might have to make some text smaller. I'm like just being really just to get an idea of like, could I put some bars here, and does it make sense to put bars here for the ad, or just keep it as a square? So maybe I'm like, or do I like scale it down a little bit where I give myself some like, I don't know, like that could be a little too tight. So okay, so we're gonna audible. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change everything. So we're gonna go sequence settings, and if it ain't working, sometimes it ain't working. So now we're gonna go to 1350, and that's going to make it a little bit taller. So this would be considered a 4x5, which is also another acceptable size on Facebook ads. And now it looks a lot better. Okay, this is just a test. This is just for us to see, could this work? Will this work? Is this a reasonable thing to pursue? Because I'm gonna delete this here in a second. But just as like, okay, yeah, this could work. So we might do a 4x5 size time window. Okay, so let's go and we're gonna start editing this. I'm gonna show you how to edit these kind of this is like your A-roll, basic A-roll. We have two ads on this same clip. So we're eventually gonna have to split this apart. We're gonna have to split this sequence in two. Maybe call this like August ads, you know, scramble. And then we will right click on this same sequence here and go to duplicate. Or I think I've tried to do copy paste. It doesn't work copy paste. So yeah, again, it's right click and you go up to the very top and you hit duplicate. And now I've got a new sequence called just like copy 0. So this one's also going to be, because I think the ad was a little bit different. Boy, was this ad called Scrambling Around. This one's called Soul Crushing. So one's going to be called Scramble. One's going to be called Soul Crushing. Gonna have some clever names, memorable names, because you'll be like ad number 1.5 or ad number 1.4, and you're like, what? Which one? Okay. So I'm going to delete this one real quick. Just leave this empty here because I'm going to take some of this and drag it over to the other timeline. All right, so let me find the point where I cut. I think I say it right here. Scene 2. Okay. Mark your own footage, folks. Are you a video creator or small business owner? That is for the scrambling script. So this stuff is going to stay here. And then soul crushing, this, I'm going to just take this, hold it down, drag it over to the new sequence. And now it's over here. And I'm going to say, yes, keep the sequence the same. Don't change anything. So now it's still over here. Everything is still together. Still over here. That soul crushing clip right here. This is take two. This is scene two. This is scene one. And yeah, you just drag it and it keeps everything the same over here. It just basically makes a copy and you grab it and that's how you do it. And this is called pancake editing, where you have all your footage on, usually you have all your good footage on one sequence up here and you have like your main cut at the bottom and chop, chop, chop. And you say, oh, this is a good take. And you drag it down. Oh, this is a good take. Drag it down. Oh, this is a good take. Drag it down. And then now you've got that's how you start building as an editor. So I'm just gonna do a lot of Control Z, undo everything, undo and undo, undo. Okay. Okay, so we got soul crushing right here, so we know we're safe. And then we could say, delete this. Goodbye. Now, favorite thing to do is ripple delete. I have mapped my ripple delete to the R key. What ripple delete does, it will scoot everything down. So if you delete something, it will just scoot everything down. So R, delete, scoots everything down, scoots it to the very end. Some people use the Q button. Some people use the E button. That is your personal preference. I tried it out. Don't like it. All right, so let's edit. What we can do is we can just put this sequence back on the same bar here. I'm just taking it and dragging it. This is how you kind of change your workspace. But I just want it to be another tab, essentially. All right, so we're going to work on the scrambling one, not the soul crushing one. What I will do on this section now is I will usually add audio treatment and I will add color grading to this so that as I'm starting to chop it down, I don't have to go back and add all the color grading or audio effects to each specific individual cut, because I know I'm going to forget one or I'm going to leave one that doesn't have a color grade on it. So I'm going to do that right now. And let's do some basic audio effects. Okay, so I've got some presets made that I just watched a ton of YouTube videos and it finally I was like, screw it, I'm going to save. So the first one I do is an EQ just to get the audio from. I was using my lav mic here for my iPhone. So this just kind of makes everything normal. Brings it back to normal. Just a regular parametric EQ. I've done all the mic tests here. I've watched all the YouTube videos where it's like, this is called, I think it's called decreasive or or subtractive EQ is what it's called. So you're removing all the sounds of your mic, because even when you talk normal and you hear what I'm hearing, right, what you hear right now, there are some things where it's like you were trying to remove that. And yeah, I probably should share these presets. I totally can. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then I do denoise. So, and it also matters what order you put these effects in. So I've done EQ first, just to get your microphone back to normal. I do about 12% of denoise, just regular flat denoise. So I think I have it. Make sure it's not bypassing. Okay. I said, just let me hear just the noise. So it's got some low end noise. Let's go where I'm talking. So there's some noise, a little bit of noise, but so it's always just nice to take the noise out a little bit. That hiss sound, just get that get that out of there. Okay, so I've got that. So we've done EQ, subtractive EQ. We're taking all the bad sounds out of your microphone. Denoise, we've taken all the s out of that hum out of your microphone. Maybe the room, maybe your air conditioner, maybe you got a fan blowing, maybe your computer's loud. You want to remove all that stuff. Then I go to one setting is called dynamics, and I just use the auto gate. So auto gate is essentially, I have auto gate on this microphone here. Auto gate is saying, and I'm going to screw this up, so if you're an audio engineer listening to this, bear with me. Auto gate is where any noise below a certain threshold or level, I want you to drop it down to zero. Just completely crush it into nothing, zero sound from it. So, I don't want to low hum a little bit, or if I stop talking, is there still some audio level coming out? And some microphones do that, where if you go completely silent, that there's still going to be negative 40 decibels. So what I say is everything below negative 40 decibels, just completely cut it out. So like right here where I'm not really talking, that red dot right there means it's working. So there's no like, oh, put my headphones on working. Like it's just, it completely cuts it out. Then I will go into, I'll do some compression, which I still don't know what compression is, but it sounds better when I put it on. I just use the default. Sounds nice. It's called multi-band compressor. I just just regular. Add maybe 3 decibels of gain, and that's it. I have no idea what this does. It keeps the loud parts not so loud. It keeps the quiet parts not so quiet. It kind of makes everything about nice and even. Smooths out your peanut butter. That's about all I know. And then I will do mastering. Mastering is an audio effect that I did not know about, but when I learned about it, it was just the best thing ever. Love this, love this, love this. Mastering is something I will put. Mastering is like if you've ever wanted to be like, why is my footage so quiet, or why does like when I watch a video or watch a movie, like it sounds so good, even just like volume wise, it sounds good, or like you play it on your phone, perfect volume, but you'll play your video and your volume's low, or you're like, it sounded loud on my headphones, but then I put it up on YouTube and it was like not that loud, or just not. It did, you edited a podcast and you're like, this did not hit the levels that I wanted to. I had to really turn up the volume when I was listening to my own podcast. Mastering will fix that for you. So the 2 effects you want to work on in the mastering effect are loudness maximizer. Now keep that around like 10 to 20. And that just boosts everything up. It boosts everything up without turning up the volume, if that makes sense. Just like raises all ships as opposed to just like adding more gain, and then output gain is the second effect where I say I want the maximum volume and I want most everything to hit at this level. So -2, 0 being so loud that it just peaks. Anything above 0 is distorted, peaked, blown out, too loud. So I'll say, give me about -2. Give me as much of all the audio, no matter if it's really quiet or really loud. I want it to hit -2 and stop and just kind of stay right there. You can add reverb if you want. I don't. Sometimes I do if I want to make like an epic video. I'll add just a little bit of reverb. Yes. Oh, perfect. Nomad figures. Yeah, mastering is what finalizes the audio. Exactly. Perfectly put. So I go down to the preset subtle clarity, and it gives me a little bit of like that little boost where the high end of your voice is. But that's about it. Okay, so I've got all the audio set right there. So and it's in this order. So it's in the order of fixing my mic, fixing the room noise, uh, removing the low end non-essential volume, the low end volume, not the bass end volume, but the quieter volume that does, like it silences my microphone. Add compression to smooth out the peanut butter, and then mastering to bring the audio back up to everything, back up to normal levels, so that you put on any headphones, put it in your car, put it on your phone, podcast, Bluetooth speaker, the volume is going to be consistent. Put it on YouTube, the volume is going to be consistent. All right, that's it. So far with audio. So that's why I say I put presets on here, because I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm done. Now, since this is iPhone footage and this is going to be an ad, I'm not really going to do too much, if any, color grading. But you've got Lumetri over here. You can do a little Lumetri window. You just go over here to window and you hit the Lumetri checkbox and it will pop up somewhere. And then you can just drag it over, make whatever workspace you want that makes sense for you. You can drag any of the stuff anywhere you want. It's your little workspace. I will maybe add a little brightness, but I also am a cinematographer. So I got to look at my scopes, and I'm just looking at 0 black, and then 120, 100 is like pure white. So, give me just a little bit more brightness. That's it. I don't need to be, super Instagram filter. This is good enough. White balance is pretty good. I like it. That's it. The more Lumetri effects you add, the slower it's going to be, the slower the playback's going to be. Okay, so this one giant clip has all the audio. Now, what I can do is, since I have another clip over here from the same exact shot, same exact settings, same exact situation, I'm going to go over here hit copy, Control C. Now I've copied it. Now I'm going to go over here and you can do Control Alt V, or you can go over here to paste and say paste attributes. And it will say, what attributes from that other clip do you want to paste over here? You could say the motion. Do you want the scaling, opacity? Do you want lumetric color? Yes, we want lumetric color. Do you want all these audio effects? Yes, I want all these audio effects. And then I scroll down to make sure they're in the right order. They are. Making sure that they are turned on for these channels. They are. Let me double check. Oh, see, bypass. Make sure it's on. Bypass. Make sure it's on. Now I got to check over here to make sure everything is on. For the remap button, that's just saying like where's the audio being channeled. So if it says bypass, that means it's going to bypass this effect onto your audio. So you're not going to hear the effect on your audio, and you can be like, I added the effect, but there's no audio, but it's not working. There's no reverb. There's no reverb. What's going on? Okay. Ted asks, is this all done before the first cut? Yes, this is all done before the first cut because now I've got good footage. I've got nice, let me switch over here. I've got nice clean footage. Everything is ready to go. It's color graded. It's got audio. I do it the wrong way. All the professionals say, put the color grade at the end, do the sound mastering at the end. For footage like this, where it's, or YouTube stuff, where it's just like I'm talking to you, this is the same clip, so I know what I need to edit, and I'm gonna edit it just one time. I've made the mistake so many times where it will look like, let me switch over to where it'll be, you got to go in and make sure every single one. Here, I'm gonna remove. You're going through, and you're like, okay, this is good, and then you get to this one, you're like, oh, for the sake of, let's say it looked like that, like this is ungraded footage. Let me zoom in for you guys. Like that's ungraded footage, that's the graded footage, and you're like da-da-da, and you're just going through and you skip over it or you export it and you're like, oh, I didn't even see that one. So you have to go in and get all the effects and make sure it's right, and it's just like too much work. So instead, I'll just one clip, one effect. And now when I chop it up, every chopped up clip now has the effect. Okay. Heavy on CPU? Yes. Oh yeah, for folks, if you are in the computer shopping world for an editing machine, your processor CPU is the most important thing. Your graphics card is not that as important as you think it is. Your CPU processor for Adobe Premiere is the most important thing. I thought like, oh, if I get a cool graphics card, I'll be able to play back. No. Adobe Premiere uses processor, your CPU. Does a lot of CPU stuff. The graphics card is for playback, but the CPU is for processing and editing and exporting. So if you have if you're going to spend all of your money, spend it on your processor, because it will take your exporting times down from 30 minutes down to 3 minutes or 2 minutes. It's amazing. So CPU is the most important thing. Okay. Ted, thank you so much. Yeah, dude, Ted, keep chatting away. Guys, if you have any questions, if you just joined us, if you're just hopping in real quick, if you have any questions, if you're watching this right now and you're like, okay, I don't know where I'm at. If you have any editing questions, selfish editing questions that has nothing to do with this stuff, drop it in the chat. I will help you out. It's no problem. All right, let's do it. So this clip is, how long is this clip? 4 minutes long. All right, so I think the script is like 45 seconds. So that's just welcome to editing. All right, let's go through it and let's do this. Oh yeah, gotta look the part. Okay, so you can see the waveform down here. I can see that I'm not talking, so I can fast forward a little bit. I also shot this footage myself, so I know what to expect. I know where I don't need to talk or where it's, who cares. There is a plugin called Remove Silence. I think I talked about this in last, or Silence Remover. I talked about this in the last live training. You can watch in the course library. This is a plugin. I think it was about $45. You can if you have a long clip, you can say, let me grab. You can say, hey, go here, choose my file, You can say find all the silences, remove them, slice them up, and delete them, and it'll magically do it. It's pretty cool. Silence Remover is what it's called. Silence Remover Adobe Premiere plugin. Watch the YouTube video. It's a pretty cool demo. The guy explains it perfectly, and you buy it once, and it's on your computer. It's great. All right. But we're not going to do that for this one. We're going to keep it super simple, assuming you don't have the plugin. Okay. So I'm going to watch this. I'm going to hit double L. I'm going to hit the L key to play, or you can hit the space bar to play. But if I want to fast forward things, I'll hit the L key, and then I'll hit the L key again. I can watch things. Oh, my screen's getting dim. I can watch this for I can double speed. Okay, cool. Solid take. Cool. Like that. So I'm just like taking it and trimming it a little bit. I have a color system. So I will, coloring is a great way to label things. You go up here to label and you say, I have a purple, green, and yellow system. I talk about it in the course library. Purple for me is okay. Green is good. Mango yellow is amazing. So for my keyboard shortcuts, I have violet is my comma key, forest green is my period key, and mango yellow is my forward slash key. So I just have my my little fingers, 3 fingers here. Violet is the comma key, forest is the period key, and mango is the forward slash key. These little keys right here, and I could just go through and say solid take, get in the yellow. Oh, one last audio thing I forgot to mention. Okay, so you see how these kind of clips are like hitting towards the top a little bit? That is peaking. So I can kind of like, hey, I don't want this audio to peak. I hit the G key, G for gain, audio gain, and I go down to normalize all peaks. Don't do adjust gain by whatever -6 because that's just going to just turn everything down. I want to normalize things. I want to normalize all peaks to -2. Why not? And that will bring everything down relatively down. It won't bring down the loud or the soft parts or the medium loud parts. It will just bring the peaks down kind of relative. Relative, not the whole thing. It'll just go if this is your loud peak up here and this is your soft whatever soft volume down here, a gain will just bring everything down, but a normalized peak will bring everything relatively down. Cool. Use your hands, Jordan. Okay. All right. So we did that. And that'll affect the whole thing. So now everything, as you can see, is like not peaking. All right, let's get back to the normal edit. Not a bad take. Okay, hit the razor key. This is my C key, and I slice it right there. I kind of scoot it over, get it out of it there, and pretty solid. I call that a green. Reading the script. Good take. It's like a weird echo. I think that's the mastering, but I kind of don't mind it. There's like a da 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 da. Do you find yourself? Yeah. Oh, there's a 20% echo. All right, turn it off. Turn it off, folks. Okay. Okay, so I can remove that. Don't need to listen to that part. Let's watch this again. It's okay. All right, moving along. Not bad. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm just dragging it, just trimming it, as they call it, trim the edges. So I'm just kind of trimming it up to the audio sound, and then I'm just scrolling with my mouse wheel. Oh god, sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Okay. So what I was doing there is I'm trimming here. I was just dragging it back and forth, and then and yeah, dragging right there, and then I will jog with my mouse wheel, scoot it over, back and forth. Okay, thanks, Ted. Missed 5 minutes. I know. Uh, I was just watching clips. So far, we just watched clips. All right, and I'll hit the plus or minus key to zoom in. Plus, minus, zoom in. That's an okay take. Okay, just an okay. So that's gonna be a purple. Okay, that's fine. R key. Eh, nah, I don't like it. Okay, and then we're gonna scrape up here. And like the tone for that one. Nope, nope. Okay, so I know later in this ad I have a better performance. So but we're gonna just kind of say, okay, this isn't okay. Oh, okay, thanks, Dad. Good to know that. Good to know you guys can't hear playback. Let me switch over to Restream. Make sure you guys can hear playback. Back mix. Make sure we're HD. Yes, yes. Cool. Are you a video creator or small business owner? The audio coming through. If the audio is coming through for this Adobe Premiere, give me a yes or a thumbs up in the chat. Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you're trying to just make a YouTube video or a TikTok video? You're a complete newbie at editing videos and you don't. Cool. Awesome. Are you a video creator or small business owner? I just did the whole script from the top. So that's pretty good. I'll take that. Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you're trying to just make a YouTube video or a TikTok video? You're a complete newbie at editing. Okay, pretty good performance. Hey, if you're recording your own stuff, do a take two. You're a complete newbie at editing videos and you don't have the budget to hire an editor. Okay. A complete newbie at editing videos and you don't have the budget to hire an editor. Okay. You are a complete newbie at editing videos and nope. You're a complete newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close. Okay, didn't like that. Sucks. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this. Okay. Not bad. One more time. This I like the script, but it's a little tough. All right. Yes. Okay, so as you can see, like I'm just leaving behind a trail of toys, of just random good bits here and there. I might go back to reassemble some of this stuff. This is even like I can delete that. That's like the beginning. But I'm just like kind of grabbing good stuff eventually. But since we're following a script, we're gonna have to go back and like assemble this, find the good takes, and assemble this in the proper order so that it makes sense. Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Okay, I like that where I do the kind of like jump in. Like so if you listen from if you've taken YouTube intro hacks, you'll know that you want to like really capture them immediately. So I do this like kind of fake jump right here. So I'm going to like start the ad right there. So I know this is going to be a good take. Are you the video creator? Oh, a little too early. Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Boom. All right, so we know this is the good one. So that's gonna be Goldie Bear. You find yourself scrambling. Cool. You find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a YouTube video or a TikTok video. Okay. Decent. Pretty good, actually. Good facial expressions. Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video? Which do we like better? You're a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget for a video editor. A little long on the delivery, but okay. You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. That's the tone. That's what we want. That's the winner. You are not a winner. If this sounds even remotely close to... All right, I mess up clearly. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this. I think that's it, folks. That's the ad. That is it. That's the ad right there. 45 seconds. I told you it's short. So after that, you're just like, yeah, it's good. Probably good. One more time, let's do the last one. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to... Are you marking them different colors somehow? Yes. Yeah, so it just said that. Yeah, so the, I don't know how it was coming through. In your keyboard shortcuts, I assign labels to certain colors. So I learned from my editing mentor, we do like the Mardi Gras system. Purple is worse clip, but it's okay. It's usable. Green is good, and yellow is great. This is an amazing. You, without a doubt, will use this. So that's where I can kind of like look at the whole spectrum here and be like, okay, wow, we got some greens and golds, some decent footage, couple purples. We'll use them if we have to. But yeah, that's just my quick way to like immediately identify, is this a good take without having to watch it again. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this. This one might work, but it's like a peak to hear. It's kind of loud. If this sounds even if this sounds even remotely close, yeah, you're like, ah. If this sounds even remotely, yeah, like that, You're a complete newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. I can't get this line down. Tough. You're a complete newbie at video. No. You're a complete newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go hire a video editor. No. Couldn't get the tone right. If this sounds even remotely close, then I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this. All right. Let's cut. All right, we're out of here. See ya. All right, that's it. Okay, so now let's do some assembly. This is what you call what you call just like putting the clips together. Assembly. This is technically not editing. This is like just putting the things together. All right, so I remember a lot of this end stuff was pretty good. So like, let's kind of arrange it in the right way. Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Yes. Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a YouTube video or a TikTok video? Hey, yeah, I do. Yeah. Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video? Oh, hey, yeah, dude, that's me. Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video? It is. Yep. Oh, sorry. Purple. So what I do, I'm deleting purple, but you probably shouldn't delete stuff. You probably should just take it, drag it to the end. Let's set a good example, Jordan. You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. All right. Trim that little guy right there. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this. Enough little drop beat at the end. You're going to probably do like a zoom in at the end. That could be funny. All right, so this is pretty good. So this is 15 seconds long. Pretty short, but that's what social media wants. 15 seconds, that's all we need. Okay, so what we could do is just kind of leave our little homies back here, all these little good little files over here. They can just kind of hang out if they want to. Totally fine. And then you hit the I and O key for in and in and out. So that could be like that's your in and out right there. You have like this is it. So if you were to say export just the in and out parts, and that would just be that. We don't want to do that right now just yet, but you can do that. So I just add a little bit of separation. Some of the footage is over here, and you know, fine, cool. Leave it over there. All right, now we got this is our assembly. We're done. Phase one, got everything together. Now we're gonna start to edit. We're gonna time it. I might even start to grab some music. So let's grab some music here in a second. Ted, what's your question? How long do you let the video last for people to react to swipe up or call to action? So for Instagram ads and Instagram Reels ads, they want it to be 15 seconds. So I need to find a way to get this down under 15 seconds. Now you don't want to go to 15 seconds or 15:01. You want to do like 14. If there's 30 frames, you want to do like 14:26, like a little bit shorter than what it's supposed to be. So our like marker or like the shortest it has to be is like, or the longest it has to be can be is like right there. So we got to find a way to scoot all this down, shorten it, time it, speed it up, cut some gaps out so that I can say everything under 15 seconds. If it's over 15 seconds, it's not the end of the world, but it just means it's going to be placed in less places on Facebook. It means like Facebook can use it. It can't use it everywhere. It can only use it in certain places, which might affect your ad performance. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so now, do I want to add music just now? Maybe not yet.
Are you the video creator or a small?
Now, what you can do, if yellow is annoying, and you like know your cut is here, you can just switch it back to the regular blue. Sometimes it's a little easier on the eye.
Small business owner?
All right, so I got a gap right here. So after probably like half a second right there, a couple frames.
Do you find yourself?
All right. This ad I want it to be boom, boom, boom.
Business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video?
All right, so that little pause, we can shorten that pause there. YouTube video. Done. People get the word. All right, we got a good gap here. So I'm gonna cut that gap. Scoot it up. See, look, we're saving some time. Scooting everything down. You can just hit the R key or ripple delete. Scoot it down.
You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close,
all right, so if something is all right, we're getting close.
I want you to click down below. You're gonna want to see this. Click down below. You're gonna want to see this.
Okay. We might be able to get there. 15. Okay. Yeah, we'll try. You're gonna want to see this. All right. We'll find another frame. Oh, we could probably scoot it in there. Ted asks, how do you fix peaking on a clip so it's not blasting the levels? So like I said, you can grab your audio, hit the G key audio, normalize all peaks, and then bring it down to a level that is below 0. So 2 or something. If your audio is truly fucked, where you just, it's just totally blasted out. There are some things you can do in Adobe Audition that will save and repair your audio from being totally crushed. Like you recorded it way too loud. And sometimes you just got to go record it again. You're just screwed. That's how it goes. All right.
But you don't have the.
All right, so that's a weird pause. We can cut this pause right here.
You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't.
That's a long pause. Editing videos. And I'm going to hit the R key. Let's get everything down. Hey, we're on 15 seconds.
Are you the video creator?
All right, so we could probably even shorten the front a little bit. Are you a video creator?
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see.
All right, so now we got some room. So we saved ourselves. So we got where I can say you're going to want to see this.
Down below. You're going to want to see this.
All right, so that's pretty good. I think we have a good ad. Oh, I think so. Alrighty. Clearing that out. I know we got 15 seconds here. Cool. Cool beans, guys. Ted asked, what if there's one part of the clip or take is where it's talk too loud? Okay, so if you're just like, if it's one part, you could cut the clip and say, hey, just this clip, audio gain -6. And now it just affects this clip. One more time. You can say, hey, whoa, this is too loud right here. This one clip. We got to hit the G key for gain, normalize all peaks, bring it down, whatever you need to bring it down to. And now you've got everything else is pretty normal. And then you've got that one clip.
Make a TikTok or a YouTube video. You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but
there we go. Yeah, okay. I might actually use that.
YouTube video. You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
All right. Cool. Liking this so far, guys. All right. Oh, got a gap here. Okay, so I'm just trying to, now it's just like fine tuning everything. This is where it gets kind of, I'm just like fidgeting around to try to just make it the best. All right. Okay, so for an ad, we don't necessarily need the best music or the most insane, crazy music out there, but let's go grab a song from Artlist. And we're going to go here and find a song. Let's see. So I'm on our Artlist. Let's try newest. Why not? No. Are you an editor? Blah 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 blah. Like you want to hear the script in your head. Are you an editor? Are you trying to get your life together? Together you can do it now. Hi, I'm Jordan. Do you want to become a $1 million editor? Click here. Hi, my name is Jordan. Do you find yourself scrambling around, unable to do anything, make anything correctly? No? Then follow here. Click below. Ted asks, do I pick the music first? Sometimes, yeah. Technically we're very early in the process. Like we've barely done anything edit wise. Want to break from the ads? Too much. So for this ad, since it's going to be played on your phone, you're probably not going to hear any of this. But let's find something like peppy. Hi, what's up? Do you find yourself scrambling around? All right, I like this. We can maybe make this work. Are you scrambling around? Do you find yourself constantly? You're going to want to see this. Trust me. You're going to want to see this. Are you scrambling around? Do you find yourself taking all day to take TikTok? Do you want to become a $1 million editor? And click below. Are you scrambling around? Do you find yourself like you just have no idea what you want to do with your life? Maybe you want to be an editor. Click below. Welcome to the world of editing. This is where this will slow you down the most. Finding a damn song. I'm telling you, like you could be here for hours. Like I've spent an hour just trying to find a song. You guys want the sad songs over the ads? You guys are killing me. Oh, hang on. How does it start? No. Hi. You should find yourself struggling. Okay, this could work. How does it go? You hear that? Like, sounds like wind chimes or like you're like jangling some bells together. Like that right there is right in the vocal range, and it will muddy up your audio. I'm with Ted. I like lo-fi. Lo-fi is simple, unoffensive. Let's find maybe one more just to have some options. Whenever you are near. Oh, Ted says try a sad song. If I do sad song, then it's sleepy, or it's like, no, I don't feel like clicking more. No. Just a little, like, oh, okay. I think we need like find a faster speed. Give me medium fast, or like 100 to 200. No, 2. Already got that one. Yeah, just a little bit more of a faster speed. Like it. I like it. Okay, this could, like I said, this could go on forever. All right, so let's get our footage audio into place. So I have like rounds and rounds of audio, and you'll find yourself that you have rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds of audio. Goes on forever. So I will do different rounds of footage based on. Whoa, come back. Grab my MP3s. Yeah, here we go. Round 5. Copy paste. Drop in round 5 into the music bin. See you later. Okay, here we go. I I like that end part right there. That's like third place. All right, let's try it. Okay, so same thing we did with audio here. With music, I will hit the G key, gain, and I'll go normalize, probably like -15. And that I find is depends on the song. That's like enough volume to the song to still hear it without it being, keeps it background music, so to speak.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself
Okay.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's see where the song goes. How's the song play? Oh, all right, maybe that's a little too much. The drift one. This part, I want it to kind of end. You're gonna want to see this. That kind of see where the kind of song falls off right here. I want that to be like, you're gonna want to see this. And we might, let's see.
Are you the video?
Okay. Again, hit the G key, -16, because this is a loud song.
Creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself...
How do I open this? This is the source window. So if you have one of your clips over here and you double click it, this is your source and your program. Your program is what the final video looks like. The source is like if you're testing out footage. So I double click on a clip and I can find a different point in the video clip itself. That's your source monitor. So you got your where is it? Yeah, program monitor and then your source monitor. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Scrambling around every single time you hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
Okay, that's fine. I like that part. I want to give myself a gap of audio to hear that last call to action. And like I said, this is probably not going to play that much.
Are you the video creator?
We don't want it to be distracting.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
Okay. Maybe we can even fade it out. So you right click on the edge. If you right click on the edge of an audio clip or a video clip, you will make a fade transition. You can take this here and you can drag it out however you want, just like that. Or you can hold the control button and do keyframes on your volume. Let me kind of zoom in for the folks in the back. Let me zoom in. I can't see. Okay. Yeah, what am I doing? Why don't I just work like this? Do you guys really need to see the footage folder over here? Okay. All right, so I hit the control button, and that makes little keyframes. So I can say, sometimes you miss, but I can make little keyframes here. And then I can hit control again, and I will swoop it. Make a little ease out, ease in, ease out kind of thing. This is how somebody coughs, you want to, bleep out something. That's how you do it. Or if you want to just fade out, but you don't want to use the kind of basic fader, you can say, I want it to fade here. And I'm going to hit control, and I'm going to make it swoop, and I'm going to make it do a asymptote type deal where it kind of falls off a cliff.
To click down below. You're going to want to see this.
All right, yeah, that's kind of cool. Kind of like the music totally falls out.
Click down below. You're going to want to see this.
All right, there we go. Maybe a little bit longer. Or make it kind of go quiet.
Click down below. You're going to want to see this.
Cool. So that is volume. That's a volume keyframe.
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
All right. So since we're doing the same shot, we kind of want to do a little punch in, punch out, just to add some variety. Just add like different shots because it's the same shot over and over. We're gonna add some B-roll here in a second, but I like to pretend like I'm never gonna put B-roll over this and say if I just had to show this shot, could I? And how do I make it interesting? So for this first one, we don't need the Lumetri scopes. We don't need our audio tracks. We can open up our effects control window a little bit. Okay.
Are you the video creator?
Let me know if you can't see that, or if it's like I need to scrunch it down just a little bit, just so you can see that effects control up there. Like right there. Sorry, folks. There we go. Okay. There we go. Cool. Okay, so first shot, we'll probably keep it wide as is.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Are you the video creator or a small business owner?
It sounds like a sound. Are you the video creator? Are you a video creator? We'll roll with it. We'll add captions.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself...
Okay, so this next shot is the same thing. So what I like to do is I like to start wide, punch in, punch out, punch in, punch out, and I just kind of alternate. Let's see. I'm gonna join these clips a little bit because it's all one clip, or maybe. Yeah, it's all one clip. So I might have to do like a keyframe here to get this loud part just a little bit down. Okay. So this one I'm gonna punch in a little bit. And then remember, if I hit motion, the title of motion, I can drag it around how I want it to be.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner?
Okay, at this point, I'm starting to think if I'm going to crop this, then I might want to start testing out some bars, the top and bottom bars, just to make sure that this is going to work. So I hit Control T, and we're going to do bars for this over this whole thing. So I hit Control T, and that makes a new text layer. Now, text layer is just a graphics layer. So I go over here to graphics, and now I have a text layer. Don't need a text layer, but I will need a text layer. I go over here. All right, hang on. Let me make sure it's scooted over. And right there. Okay. Got you. I got you guys. Okay. So over here, I will hit new, and I want a rectangle. And I want to take this rectangle, and I want to make a bar. And I want to take this one, and I want to hit Control Copy, Control V. Copy paste. Remember copy paste? All right. Copy paste. So now I got two bars. So now I'm like, okay, how much of this do I need to have? Okay, that's a little too cropped in. Do I need to zoom this out a little bit? Or do I need to start this clip zoomed out more? Or, how are we going to do this? How should we do this? Should we crop it? Should we crop it so that I don't have to worry about any of this? I can go and grab the crop effect and say, yeah, we want to crop it a little bit. So we take the top off. I'm going to take the bottom up. And we can make this like a square if we wanted to. All right, so I got crop selected. So now I go, I can do scale. Just make a crop so that it's, hold control and make sure it's like touching my edges so that there's no black on the sides. That could work. Okay, so cropping is so it's going to be an effect. So we got to make sure that we're going to apply this to everything. So we're going to hit Control C, copy, And then we're going to select every other clip, go over to Edit, and then go to Paste Attributes. Or it's Control-Alt-V. And I want to deselect everything because we already have effects on here, but I want to make sure crop is added because I just added it to here. So I want to make sure everything else has a crop, has that crop effect, the same crop. So if I know the crop is going to be where it's going to be, then I know that's, see, we got the crop here in the same place. Okay, so now we need to go and just kind of adjust it. And again, we're just here to make sure that the bars at the top have some room. And I can do Control T and I can do another text layer. Because say I just want this bottom text layer to be just the bars, and I want the top layers to be the text. So, and we're just kind of testing out what could it look like? It's like, hey, if I put like, hey, join the $1 Million Edit, click right here, jump right, go right here. Okay.
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video?
Okay, and then we got this clip we need to adjust. We need to zoom it out. We can go wide. And sometimes I will lock this up here, lock these layers with the lock key. Let me scoot over. The lock key is right here. You can lock them, and you can't touch them. Can't scoot them down. Lock your stuff every now and then. It's good. It's good for you. Okay. Let's work right here. Right about here. Yeah. All right, so that's locked, so that's not going to go anywhere. All right, so now so if I want to drag something, I'm not going to accidentally drag my footage here. All right, so I'm going to click here, maybe scale it up. Again, hit motion. All right, so this was a zoomed in one, so we probably want to zoom this one out. It's like an in, out, in, out. One, two, one. Okay, so see right here, the crop is a little too harsh, so maybe lift that crop up for the sake of this clip.
Videos, but you don't.
All right, so then we got this crop right here, so I want to like zoom in again. So let's kind of watch it so far. So like we're starting wide, going in wide in just to make the same camera angle feel a little bit more dynamic.
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
All right, so out, in, out, in, out. So let's make sure we're not giving myself a haircut. Probably trying to keep my eyes. I'm imagining like keeping myself in the center of the frame the whole time. So like this might be a little too low. Like just to keep my eyes in the same place so that as the viewer, my eyes are always roughly in the same place. They're not doing too much eye travel. Eyeballs are basically in the same place. And then this last one, you're probably going to want to see this line. How do we go about this?
See this. You're going to want to see this.
You're going to
down below. You're going to want to see this.
Okay. Yeah, let's do crop in. Maybe like a 3% rotation or like 9. If I do like, you're going to want to see this. Yeah, we can go fucking crazy with it. Why not? -6. You're going to want to see this. Yeah. Okay. Why not? Hey, it's ads. We got to get people to click.
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or a YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
Mm.
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
Hot fire. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. So that is A-roll. So you can stop right there. Say, hey, we're done. Now let's go get some B-roll. Let's add some B-roll just to make this a little bit spicier. So let me adjust my Premiere window over here so you guys can see, and we're gonna go find some B-roll. Grab my little head. Okay, let's find some B-roll. Okay, so I've got some footage. Scrambling around footage, like I'm listening to what I'm saying. So I've got footage from the $1 Million Edit itself. I've got B-roll of me in the past doing things. Let's go to stock footage. Let's keep it simple. Do you find yourself editing around, scrambling around? Let's see some editing, old man footage. All right, let's do this one. So I'm going to double click on it to get my source here, and I could watch the clip here. And I could say, give me an in point and an out point. And then I grab just you can grab the whole thing, and that will grab audio and video. But for B-roll, I just want video. I don't need audio for B-roll. So I just grab this little film strip icon, and that would just grab me footage. So now I've got footage. So I'm thinking,
are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every
all right, so scrambling around every time. So I kind of want to do like an earthquake effect, but I don't exactly know how to do an earthquake effect. So I'm gonna try to figure it out. There's something called like wiggle, maybe, or like rumble or shaky camera. Do I have a shaky camera thing? So sometimes you're like, how do I do this effect? And you gotta either look it up on YouTube and say like, how do they do this specific effect? Or maybe I can just like recreate it real quick and do it manually. Like, how would I go about making something where it's like, it's like a little shaky? I might have to do just a, let's see, wave warp. Would that work?
TikTok or YouTube video?
Okay, well, what?
You're probably
I'm just gonna isolate this, put the I and O over it, and I'm gonna mute the audio because I don't want to hear myself just say over and over. All right, so maybe not wave warp. What else could we use? We could just say, let's animate like a shake effect by just doing kind of like left, right, left, right, left, right. Just super basic positioning effect. So I'm gonna hit the time frame here, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I want it here, and I want to go down a couple frames, and then I want it here, and I want to go down a couple frames, and I want it here, and I want to go down a couple frames, and I want it here. All right, it's a little too wild. So it's 580 to 512. Let's probably do, try to see all of this, all of these keyframes. Okay, let's do like 5. Okay, this starts at 580. Let's go to like 570, just 10 pixels. Okay, 10 pixels. And then what I could do is just take this and copy it over and over and over. So it's back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Like, this is where we get into like the fun. This is like how you can get like super wild with your edits. Okay, I'm not loving it. Maybe we just scrap it. Maybe we just say, or maybe we just find someone who's frustrated, who's scrambling around. Sometimes it doesn't work. That's like testing out. You just like, could this work? Could I do this in After Effects? Do I have the time? No, I don't have the time. Let's do scrambling around. Let's do like a dramatic zoom in with this guy. Find yourself scrambling around. So we're going to do scale, hit a keyframe, and we're going to zoom in. And we're going to drag it to the very end. I'm going to make sure it's kind of centered on him. Okay. And then we're also going to make this turn blood red because I want it to be, are you scrambling around? So I'm going to do fast color correction. And I'm going to say at this part here, I want I think it's hue, angle, and saturation. And then I want to just crank it to red. But not like so silly. Okay. But I noticed that this changed too. Everything changed. So maybe I got to go back. Go back to my keyframes. All of those keyframes. And then I want to say reset everything back.
Every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video,
okay. Not bad. Maybe a little bit more dramatic on the zoom. Why not? Let's do
every single time you want to make it.
Right click. If you right click on a keyframe, I do continuous Bezier. I don't know.
Every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video, you're probably a noob.
Okay, not bad. All right, we got this clip here of the hands going up. Okay, all right.
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos.
All right, newbie at editing videos. Let's find some video editing B-roll. There's some clips right there. We got some like Premiere footage here. Selling it. All right, I'm going to make this, it's too long, so I'm going to do Control R, and I'm going to go to speed, and I'm going to say, if I want it in seconds, I can just say, if I want 2 seconds, I just type 200, so 2 and 0 frames. And then I will also make sure it is in frame blending, so it does this kind of like fun motion blur.
Editing videos, but you...
All right, and then I could probably zoom it out a little bit just so you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at.
Probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget. TikTok or YouTube video, you're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out.
Not in love with that clip, so maybe there's another Premiere clip we can find. All right, this is a good one. It's kind of boring though. Let's see. All right, so maybe some like, yeah, hands on the keyboard. Maybe that's a better shot here. Maybe we speed this up. Yeah, let's keep it like 150 frames, or I want like maybe 1 second. Be 1 second long, or a little bit longer. I want to zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see the keyboard. Because I want you watching thinking like, oh yeah, I use a keyboard.
You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't...
All right, and it's not going to play back correctly until you export, but...
or YouTube video, you're probably a newbie at editing videos.
Now, I'm tempted to change this shot to a shot with eyes or faces, because we love faces. And that's just something, you know, we're always just thinking, always just changing. Hey, we worked on that for a second. Now we're going to change it.
TikTok or YouTube video, you're probably...
All right, see, he looks pretty sad. So that's pretty good. Sad is good. Sad and stressed. Maybe you're sad and stressed because you're watching this ad and you're like, oh, I'm sad and stressed. Maybe that's what we want.
Around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video, you're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this.
Cool. All right, I'm going to add this out point so that it'll just loop for me.
this. Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? Probably a newbie at editing video.
I hear like an audio pop.
You're probably a
All right, so this audio right here at the end of this shot kind of gets chopped off. So what I can do is I hit the N key and I can roll and edit, or I can just right click and I can put a fade in between the sound clips, like a 1 frame fade in between the sound clips, so that as I'm finishing saying this word here, that it fades into the next word. So it just
you're probably a new
Ted asks, how do I get to the loop? So you set your in point and out point. You can either right click and say go to endpoint or mark in, mark out, or you hit the I key, I and O. And you can drag your out point to the end of your video, and then you hit the loop button right here. And I'll move my display. You hit your loop right here, and it'll loop.
If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're gonna want to see this.
Cool.
Are you the video creator or a...
And it'll just keep looping and looping and looping. All right, so since this is so short, I feel like I'm the most compelling thing on the screen. Plus you got to think all the information they have to read at the top and bottom bar. So they got not a lot of time to get a lot of information. So I'm tempted to just keep like maybe one more shot in this and something computer related, something with faces, something like. And we might have to go find some footage. So maybe that's what we do. All right, let's go to Art Grid or Art. Yeah, Art Grid. And let's go find some computer. Let's see. Computer faces. That's kind of random. It's kind of random. It's a lot of color right here. You kind of want to see his eyes. Let's look in here, see if there's like any related shots. Hey, look at that. That looks like an editor. Maybe he's editing. A gamer. We can use it for editing. Why not? Why not? All right, I got 2 of those in the cart. See what else we got. Let's look. I mean, hell, let's look at video editing. Video editing. Not doing green screen stuff. Not today. Let's see. I want faces because you just like we're so drawn to seeing faces. All right, editor. And let's see. A lot of looking. All right. And then, okay, maybe not. So then we also need like a selfie video because I say TikTok. Maybe that guy. Oh, that's a cool shot. I like that. Trying to think about my clientele. Who would my clientele relate to this shot? Would my audience relate to this shot? That might be a better shot too. Interesting. I'm taking that one. Taking it. Let's go to checkout. Thank you for buying this footage for $0. And then we just download some footage. So this is the process. This is going through. We've kind of used up as much as we can of the footage that we have. And then once you've kind of realized that's all you have, then you say, okay, now it's time to go search for this stuff. We got to go out and seek. That is like, I feel like that's half the job as an editor. You are an organizer, and then you are also the finder seeker. You know where your stuff is. You know where to go find the stuff. All right, let me put this in my stock footage folder. Gonna paste it in there. I'm gonna take it. So, okay, so weird little trick. This is not an editing tip, but this is an Adobe troubleshooting thing. So if you get stock footage sometimes, or if the name of the clip is too long, Adobe Premiere will not like it or recognize it. So sometimes I will have to rename this stuff. Don't know why. Sometimes just have to, but it took me forever. I was like, why can't you accept this footage? And I renamed it, and it's like, oh, you mean this footage? And I was like, yeah, thanks, Premiere. Wow, thanks. Cool. Awesome. All right, I like this shot. Let's find the kissy face. That's great. Eye-catching. I just needed to quickly be like, what? When was that shot? All right. Again, I'm setting an in point, out point. I'm just scrubbing through this in point, out point, in point, I-O. And I'm like, okay, this shot, start the shot right here, in the shot right here. And then I will grab that film strip and drag it into my timeline.
Small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around?
All right, I want to change the frame image. Like, let's get this kid from, what's that 90s band? Anthem Brothers, the three. I don't know. Mbop guy. I don't know. Too young.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos.
All right, so this clip needs to be shifted down a little bit to frame him in, or maybe like scale it in. Because I just want to see faces, and I just want to get people. How did I rename them all quickly? If you're on Windows, you just grab all your files, right-click rename, and it'll rename everything.
But you don't have the budget to go out and
hire an editor,
hire an editor. If this sounds
okay, there's our pro editor.
Even remotely close, I want you to.
And we might not even use this shot with this guy. Yeah, it just makes the 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right, Ted. Yeah, because I mean it's a computer, so just like instead of making duplicates, it'll just add a 1 or a 2 after the end automatically. If you want to expand your stuff, you can double click over here and expand it. You can scale it up however you want. You can double click it and double click it again, and it'll go down. All right, let's see. Now we're trying to now we're getting the edit tight.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're gonna.
All right, I want to try to get this shot of this guy holding his phone. So I want to start the position over here, and then kind of do a left right motion pan. Do this where it's like, you a noob. Okay. So I'm just kind of panning over. So I just set a keyframe on the left side, and I set another keyframe on the right side. And so as it progresses, it's going to slide over, even though the shot is staying the same. And maybe I want to catch him earlier too.
You're probably a newbie.
All right, it's a little stiff, so I circle group everything, just select all, right click on both selected, and I'll say, give me ease in. And that'll just make it kind of weird,
You're probably a newbie at editing videos.
That guy's a newbie.
You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're gonna want to see this. Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling?
She's a small business owner. Look at that.
Business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're gonna.
All right, so now I feel like we're there. Now let's find some sound effects. Let's have some fun. All right, so I'm thinking for you don't have the budget for. This is where you just get creative. Like I don't have the budget for a video editor. Cha-ching! Cash register.
Hire an editor. If this sounds
There it is. Oh, me. Let me scoot this up so you guys can see. All right, this is where the timeline's gonna get big, tall, getting tall. We can shrink some stuff down. Let's work on some sound effects.
don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even
A little too loud. Cha-ching! But
go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close,
where do you find sound effects for cash register stuff? You just find it, or you just dude, you can do like YouTube cash register sound effect and do a YouTube downloader and just do like save YouTube save MP3 downloader thing. Another one is like Envato Elements. You think you got to pay a subscription for this? They have sound effects.
Audio Jungle.
You know, got all those.
Audio Jungle.
Some are terrible. Some.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
There you go. You know, sorry about your headphones. Yeah, Envato Elements is a great place. Where are some other places to find sound effects? Yeah, sometimes you can just Google free sound effects. Oh, another one. Free Sound Project. It's been a while since I've been. It's Free Sound Project. I think it's freesound.org. Copyright free stuff. These are just people that love audio and they will just record stuff, like nerds with audio recorders going around recording stuff and then uploading the sound. And it's like free Creative Commons. It's just, and it's oddly specific stuff. There you go. Cash register. Click on cash register. You create a free account and you log in to download it, and it's free. Creative Commons. I think it depends on which one you got to attribute to. Freesound.org is a great place. Freesound.org. You're going to find tons of stuff there.
to go out
But I also have like my sound effects. Like after a while, you'll use like, I have like my top 10 sound effects that I always use, and you'll just have them.
and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're gonna want to see this.
All right, cool.
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make
All right, what else we got? Don't need a bleep. That could work. I also have like iPhone sound effects. iPhone sound effects in an ad is it's the work of the devil. It's so good. I love it. It's like, just to play like a sound effect from your iPhone. You think your phone just went off while you're listening to this. You're the goddamn devil, and it's so good. You're like, oh, my phone. I just said something. You know, it's so good. Yeah, to hear that in an ad, you're like, son of a bitch. Like, oh, you got me. So like to play that at the beginning, you're just like, that could hook your ad entirely. That like people would just totally what? Just a little like.
Are you the video creator or a small business?
Why not? Or like phone vibrating. It's bad. Are you a small business owner? Shoo. Sound effects, low key, just keep everything together. It can make boring into awesome. By just a little bit of sound effects, a little bit of sound design can take it from B footage, B video to all the way up. Oh, hang on. Oh, make sure you save your work. Save your work.
Are you the video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie.
All right, so now I wonder if we have like keyboard sound effects. So I'm going to use this app called Search Everything. It's a free app, and it searches everything. So I'm just going to search to see if I have something called keyboard typing, and I'm going to sort it by Audio. This is I forget what this tool is called, but it's literally just called search everything. It's a PC thing. Keyboard, laptop, Folly, mechanical keyboard. I'm just gonna drag it in here. Yeah. Just gonna drag it into my sound effects folder. And where'd you go? There we go. Yeah. Keyboard typing while our homie right here is typing on the keyboard. Do it a little bit before and after the clip, and I'll hit Shift D, and it'll put a transition on both sides, so it'll ramp it up and ramp it down.
You want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at
Why not? A little pop right there.
video. You're probably a newbie at editing videos,
Kinda
but
random.
you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're gonna want to see this. Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? Probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're gonna want to see this. Are you a video creator or a small
I want
business
that music to last a little longer.
owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're gonna want to see this.
Cool. I like it. All right, so now let's do our titles. Titles look good. All right, I'm going to do a gradient. So gradient in my effects. And for color gradient is going to go on. Remember, the bottom was the white bars. So I'm feeling, since $1 Million Edits branding is a little bit purpley, let's do some purple stuff. So I'm going to find like purple and just start doing some purple effects. Let's start with purple, and then we'll probably like see if we can go like lighter purple to make like a gradient. Like we said, I like gradients. You don't have to like gradients. Let's see. We'll make this one darker purple, maybe like blurple. And I'm going to zoom this out a little bit so I can see where my... All right, so maybe blurple's not really working. So I'm like kind of like position my gradient over here. I know it's hard to see, folks, but... And then I'm like, is this the right shade of purple? Is this too like childish? A little darker, but then it's like now we're getting into blue. Yeah, maybe a little darker. Stuff. Okay. Happy-ish with that. We'll probably change it a little bit. Oh, I'll probably need to blend it. That's what I want to do. Blend it a little bit. Just a touch. One more time to see where my gradient is. And I'm just like, I'm being super picky right now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, cool. So we got that. We have that set. And then let's go to our text. We want both our text to be white because that's going to look the best. And then let's see, what is our copy going to be? So it's like, and we could do green. What is a headline that we think will be awesome? I've done headlines like how to edit 500 videos a year. So see 2x your editing speed. Maybe do something like that. It also could be just a little touch boring. Why don't we do, down here it's like an editing machine. That's a great headline. Center this guy. So you guys can see the graphics department. Okay, so we need to make this a little bit tighter. And I need to spell machine right. One thing Adobe Premiere does not have is spell check. Now I might need to even come over here and say, hey, let's make this bar a little higher. Kind of underestimated where this was going to be. Center. And then we're going to like scoot it up a little bit. And then maybe we want, maybe we want this to be green to make this stand out. And maybe we want a stroke on it. Maybe we want some shadow on it. And something simple as that could like just make it kind of stand out. Like, wow, that's amazing. Okay. Common editing machine. Maybe a little more mint green. And then maybe space the words out a little bit. Common editing machine. And then up here, we could say, what's a different copy? 10x faster editing. And we center. Could space it out. Center. And center. Come on. Maybe put a stroke here. Put a little shadow. And then maybe we want to scale it up just a little bit so it's kind of edge to edge. They don't have to always make like perfect sense or like, oh, this is exact what you want it to be. Now, I would probably add, what I've done is like add emojis here a little bit. So I've got some emojis here. You can go download some emojis as just graphics. I'm going to grab some emojis. And let's do a clapboard emoji. Let me find my clapboard emoji. Or maybe a camera emoji. Yeah, no, let's do a clapboard. All right, so I got a clapboard here. I'm going to stretch it out over the entire ad. Hit our motion button. And we're going to scale it up. Maybe put it down here. Kind of like, come a little bit off the edge a little bit. Maybe turn it. Scale it down. Put it off camera. Guess I can go bigger over here. A little bit off camera. And then for become an editing machine, we might have to be like scoot it over or like to say become an editing machine. Or say, hey, clipboard's got to go. Or like got to go way over here. And maybe it's even a little invisible. And then we slide it over. Oh, now I'm sliding everything over. Don't want to do that. And maybe I want to put the clapboard behind the graphics as like a lower layer. So then I could scale it up and say still become an editing machine, make the shadow darker and maybe even bigger. And maybe even to the other angle. 100. There we go. So that way it's kind of like pushing that out a little bit. That's not bad. Not bad. So how we did that is we just have a bottom layer here. It's just a square. 2 squares, 2 rectangles. And then we've got the rectangle with a color gradient on it. And then we've got a clapboard as the second layer, just a little emoji down here. And then we've got our third layer, which is our text. It's just our text. We have 2 different text images. We've got text here. Where do you get high-res emojis? Go to emojipedia.com and you'll be able to find emojis. Emojis are great. I'm addicted to emojis. emojipedia.org, and this might take you a while, but you'll have to manually grab these, right click, save image, and then you got a PNG, high res. You want Apple, you want Samsung, you want Twitter, whatever you want. Emojipedia. Put it in the chat. Boom. Okay, so now I think we are getting close to the end. I think it's like we've got the framing.
Are you a video creator or a small business owner? Do you find yourself scrambling around every single time you want to make a TikTok or YouTube video? You're probably a newbie at editing videos, but you don't have the budget to go out and hire an editor. If this sounds even remotely close, I want you to click down below. You're going to want to see this. Are you the video creator?
Nice. All right. Sweet. All right, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, so now that we're done, we can export, and I'll show you how to export. But first, let's now say, hey, we probably want to take this, and let's go over here and find our ad, and let's call this ads, August ads underscore 1 or 4x5 underscore scramble. This is now the 4x5. So we can even put a folder in here called it 4x5 and put all the 4x5 stuff in here. This one's 4x5 too, 4x5. Now we got a 4x5 inside the August ads. So just like, more and more segmentation. Make this a little bigger. Sorry, guys. So now maybe we want to do some vertical. How do we go from a vertical a 4x5 timeline into a vertical without totally effing things up? I'm gonna Control N, create a new sequence, or what we could do. Here's what you do: you take your sequence, and we do what we did earlier, duplicate. Now we just got copy. We're going to drag it into this new folder. And we're going to click on the title of it, and we're going to call it, instead of, it might be in the way, instead of cut over 1, it's still cut 1, but instead of 4x5, we can call it vertical. I call it vertical instead of 9x16 because sometimes if you quickly look at it, it might say 16x9 in your head. So I say vertical, just so that my clients know it's vertical, I know it's vertical. And then we're going to go up to sequence settings. Make sure I got this. Sequence settings. Sequence settings. And we're going to change it like we did at the beginning, and we're going to change it to a 1080 wide by 1920 tall. And then it will be a 9. You want to see 9x16 ratio. Now you can do whatever version of that as long as you hit a 9x16 ratio, and you click OK. And you say yes. Now it says scooted everything into a vertical image. Now you're in a vertical timeline. Let me kind of scoot all my stuff over. Make sure you guys can still see this. Okay. Kind of make everything small. All right, we still see everything? All right, so now we're in vertical. Now we're in a vertical video. So now we need to make some adjustments. So there are 2 ways to do this. So I can just take all this and manually do this. Sometimes, here's the manual way, hard way to do it. Here's the cheater way, but the cheater way has made it. I've had ads that doing the cheater's way that's works just as well. So here you would go and you would scale everything up, make sure it all fits. Again, I mean, since this is was vertical footage, I could probably delete the crop and just reframe everything. It's actually, I mean, to be honest, it's probably going to look better now that it is a vertical video. This is what you would call native shooting. This is native, this is what it was made for. It's shot in vertical. So it's this is what it was made for. So it's going to look great. Whereas before we were trying to shove it into a 4x5. But it could look like that.
Are you the video creator?
Oh, let's grab our clapboard down. So now it's that's the vertical version. We just kind of scaled our footage back up. We took the crop off, and we'll have to take some of this B-roll footage and we'll have to scale it up.
Business owner? Do you find yourself
again, we'll have to do all this stuff. So you can Control C, Control Alt V, and then okay, no, Control C on your original clip, and then Control Alt V. Oh yeah, so never mind. So I might just have to do a manual because you can't you can add, but you can't mass delete. So take the crop off. We'll have to go down here, take the crop off if it needs it. Scale it up. Does it have a crop? Yes. Take this one. This is the manual way to do it. So you crop, crop, crop. Another way to do it. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here to my timeline. And then I'm just going to create a blank sequence. So I'm gonna call it August ads, vertical, whatever. Call it vertical cheater. Vertical cheaters. Vertical cheater. Whatever. I don't care. And in sequence settings, so you guys can see this. We want it 1080 wide, 1080 horizontal by 1920 vertical. Right? So now it's vertical. So now this is how you cheat. So remember, we just made an ad. We just spent all that time making something right here. Remember this? 4x5? Remember this thing? It was a 4x5 sequence. We just spent this whole time doing this. We're going to go here to a blank one. And we're going to take this original one. And I think you have to make sure that this is, I always forget if you have to remember sure like this is disabled or not. We're going to take this. Okay, never mind. So erase that. So make sure this is selected. You're going to take this and drag it here. And you want to keep the sequence the same. And now we've got our 4x5 ad that we just made packaged up nicely in a new vertical sequence. Now it's long because we have to go over here and it's bringing in over all this footage. So we're going to take all this footage and delete it, or we'd have to make a new timeline and delete it and like clear out the in and out and make sure there's no footage beyond that 15 seconds. So that, and see, now it's like, hey, where's all this footage? Now you just scoot it down, scoot it up, so that now your 15-second ad that you just spent all that time making is now in a new vertical setting. Now what we do is going to scoot it up, going to make some room. You can size it however you want. You can size it down. If it's got copy like it does here, keep it the same. And what I do is I do Control T, and I put a graphic underneath. So remember like how we made the purple rectangles here? We're going to make just a white background let's make a white background. So I'm going to build a rectangle, and I know that rectangle is back there. And now we've filled the frame with stuff. What you can also do, what I love to do, is add a drop shadow to this ad. Now this ad feels like it is like a poster it's like a video inside a video. And then, you can add some, however you want to do this, drop shadow. I love the drop shadow in here. I think I made an ad like this that worked pretty well. But now you've got a vertical video. Looks pretty good. You have all the safety room if you're on Instagram. If you go to Instagram stories, you've got the top bar on Instagram stories, and you've got the bottom message bar inside an Instagram story, like where the heart is and the message bar is. Facebook loves this. This looks good. And yeah, add a little 3 dimensions, kind of interesting. And you didn't have to do anything. You didn't do any extra work. Now you've got 2 ads, 2 formats, and it's ready to go. Cool. Okay. I think that's it. All right, now let's do it. Now let's do some exporting, and I'm trying to go through to make sure everybody's questions got answered, everything that everybody submitted got answered, working with footage. I think we've covered a lot. Yes, replay is going to be available. It's going to be in your course library. So you log into $1 Million Edit, and you will see this. I think you'll see this right now, actually. You could watch this live inside the course library if you wanted to. If someone's doing that, let me know. So let's export. So let's export this 4x5 one that we did originally. Oh, hang on. Don't do that. Don't render. You don't don't accidentally hit enter. Okay, so you hit Control M, or now with Adobe's Premiere, you just go to hit that export button over here. They're trying to be like DaVinci Resolve, so they're when a software company is trying to copy another software company that they feel like they're losing. Export. You hit the arrows, it takes you here, and you'll go, hang on, whoa, black bars on the side. So this thinks that, or you have to make sure that it's not going to make you see frame size HD 9. Let me zoom in on this because this is like a lot of details. You know what sequence you have made this in. This is a 1080 by 1350 4:5 ratio. What you want to do is hit match source, or if you have not already, go download the $1 Million Edit preset, export preset, $1 Million Edit promo preset. You hit that right there, makes everything magically delicious. So it's all framed up. There's nothing here. There's no dead space on the side. It is framed up exactly where it needs to be, and all the audio effects. Let's go through some of these audio effects. I'm trying to zoom in and work here as well. Okay. Video match source. Don't even worry about trying to change anything. You can do maximum render quality if you want to, maximum render depth if you want to. You don't have to. That just makes it like super badass. But for this social media ads, not going to be a deal. Not going to be a big deal. Don't do anything with audio. I go and already have the effects. But again, if you do $1 Million Edit promo presets, which you can download inside the course library, you just hit preset, $1 Million Edit, and it's good to go. I do loudness normalization to make sure our audio is hitting at the right level. But again, just $1 Million Edit promo and export. And it'll send it to where it needs to go. And, they've kind of changed this a little bit. They changed where all this stuff is. But August ads, this is it's going to be called Scramble. August 2022. Folder. And this is, we've named it properly, August ads 4x5 Scramble 2022 cut 1. And I hit export. Exports for me. And then let's go over to our vertical one and go to the export window, $1 Million Edit promo, 10x faster editing. Did we spell everything right? Yes, always got to make sure. Okay, and now this one's called vertical. Let's call it vertical scramble. Ads, and it's still cut 1. Didn't name it properly, but that's fine. And we hit export. And that is roughly it. This is amazing. Okay, so the hope is that if you didn't watch any part of $1 Million Edit and you bought the course, but you watched this 2.5 hour video, you know now everything there is to know about how to go from start to finish editing your ads. I'm gonna go full screen now. Yeah, we're like, this is, we just did it from scratch, an entire edit. I think the clock here says 2.5 hours. I don't even care. It's great. You can scrub through all this. You'll be able to watch the replay here in the course library on $1 Million Edit. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This is a lot of fun. If you guys have any questions, if you watch this and you still have questions, we're over on the Discord. If you're not on the Discord just yet, go to the Discord. Let me give you some invites to the Discord. Anybody that's watching, if you have not gone to the Discord, here is an invite to the Discord. Get in there, ask me questions. Watch this video, drop your latest project in the $1 Million Edit channel. Anything else? Any other questions? I'm here for another hot minute or two. Let's add some background music, some chill hip hop, lo-fi. Okay, need some water, need a stretch, need to walk around. Oh, that's the other part too. If you're an editor, take breaks. In the chat right now, type your biggest aha moment. What was like the biggest thing you like? I can't believe that was the biggest thing I learned. Biggest aha moments. Like, give me some feedback here. And right, I'm gonna close down Adobe now. Okay, Nomad says adding in and out points and rendering in and out points speeds up your exports. Yes, it does, especially when you have the stack. Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, go through the course. Lindsay, happy you're here. Nomad Figures, guys. If you haven't checked out Nomad Figures, their Instagram page, awesome. I'm like doing like action figure, amazing photography with effect. Go check them out. Awesome stuff. Is that anywhere else in the course or anything? I haven't finished going through. Oh, your sound settings. The sound, I think, is I forget which lesson sound is. But if you have questions on sound, or like send me a screenshot of what you're about to export. But yeah. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Ted just reminded me about that. That I will try to export the sound settings that I just used to show you guys the EQ effect, denoise, dynamics, compressor, and then mastering. What Ted asked. How much work is done to the footage before you ever make a cut? There's some prep. I like the color system to organize. Nice. Okay, that was the takeaways. Yep. Yeah, that's something that is they don't teach you to do that. It's kind of against the logic to say like, hey, color grade at the very end to save your processing power, but you can color grade everything, add all the sound effects, and then turn off those effects until the very end and turn them back on, and then you will. And then you will have the effects, but you won't forget to add them. And if you want to do that, I'll switch back over to Premiere one last time. The effect is called Global Effects. So if you hit that right there, it will turn off all effects, all color grading, all the sound, and you'll be able to play your video. Sometimes you can do that. Sometimes it's not possible. You have to see the effects. Okay. And then any other takeaways you guys got or questions? I can stick around. Happy to stick around. Depends on what you're doing. I usually use an adjustment layer to color grade. Yes. Oh yeah, adjustment layers too. That's super easy. That's a great idea. But I've had issues before in the past with adjustment layers where they don't apply. But that could have been just one Adobe update back in the day. Near enough sound. Yes, sound design. That'll take some time. But if you find the right sound effects, go to freesound.org. Add some sound effects. Add just a little bit of something, because that's like, it's like, I don't know. It's the barbecue, like the sound effects of the barbecue sauce on your steak. It's just like a little bit something to take it over the top. You're like, the steak is good, but if I had some extra sauce on it and some butter, this would be even better. Oh, adjustment layers. Okay, an adjustment layer, real quick. Wow. Let's see. You're in Premiere. You go to File, New, Adjustment Layer, or you have to create an adjustment layer on the side, or like in your project bin. And what an adjustment layer does is it goes over all the footage, and whatever you add to this adjustment layer, it will apply to everything. So if I say, give me, like a black and white. Yeah, black and white. So if I do that, then it will apply black and white to everything underneath that adjustment layer. So you can load up all your effects into the adjustment layer and not have to worry about, like I said, making sure every effect is added properly. That's an adjustment layer. What else? Canva is free effects. Nice. Okay. Oh yeah, Canva. You can do video editing in Canva. Amazingly. I was gonna do Descript for this session, but that would have taken us to like the 4-hour mark. We'll have to do Descript for. I might have to make a whole course about how to use Descript, how to add captions. For this ad, probably should have added captions to this. But I think we'll try to get away with no captions on this one. We'll see how it does. All right, that's going to be it. I'm out. I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching again. Anytime, hit me up on the Discord. Share your projects, share your opinions, share your feedbacks. Ted, I might be able to do a scripting video. I might have to do one, or ads or stuff. that's it. I am out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the course. If you haven't watched the course already, jump into it. And I will catch you guys later.